My dear children, come and draw near to me. Picture yourself stepping into the hush of a quiet chapel just before dawn. The air is still, and a single candle flickers at the altar, its warm glow casting gentle light across the walls. A soft chime from a distant bell echoes through the silence, reminding your soul of eternity. Outside, the storm has passed, and now the first rays of sunlight stream through stained glass, painting the room with colors of grace and hope. In this sacred stillness, I am here. I am speaking to you now, not from afar, but close, closer than your very breath. I see the weight you carry, the anxious thoughts that swirl within you like restless winds. But listen, beloved, this is the moment to release them into my hands. This is the hour where I invite you to rest in the peace that only I can give. Stay with me, and let my presence surround you like the calm that follows the fiercest night storm. I am the Lord your God, the one who formed you and knows every hidden corner of your heart. Nothing about you is unknown to me. I see the burdens you carry in silence, the questions about tomorrow that awaken you in the middle of the night, the responsibilities that feel heavier than your strength can bear. I know how the future can seem uncertain and how your heart can grow weary under the weight of what you cannot control. But hear me, my dear children. I have not left you to walk this path alone. I am your Father, and I long to bring you into a place of rest, where fear loses its grip, and my peace flows like a river into your soul. This message is for you, to remind you that my peace is real, steady, and unshaken by the storms of this world. I am calling you now, inviting you to remain here in my presence. Let each word sink into your spirit as I speak directly to you. Do not rush. This is holy ground. This is a moment set apart for you and me. My dear children, your heart has grown anxious because you have tried to carry what was never meant to be carried alone. You look ahead and see uncertainties. You look around and see challenges, and you look within and feel weakness. But I tell you, lift your eyes and look to me. For I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change, and my love for you does not fade. Do you remember the words I have spoken? Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to me. And my peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. These words are not distant promises, they are living truth for you this very moment. When you bring me your worries, I take them into my hands and exchange them for peace that no human reasoning can explain. Picture this, my children. A stormy night has raged, winds howled, and waters trembled. But then dawn arrives, and you find yourself standing at the edge of a lake. The storm has passed. The waters are calm, glassy, and still, reflecting the morning light. This is what I offer to your soul. Though turmoil may rage around you, though your responsibilities remain, though the world may shout its demands, within you I create a lake of peace untouched by the storm. I settle the waves and quiet the winds. My dear children, do not measure your life by the fears of tomorrow. Tomorrow is in my hands, just as today is. I clothe the lilies of the field and feed the birds of the air. How much more will I provide for you? Trust me, for I am faithful. The peace I give you is not the shallow comfort of the world. The world's peace fades when troubles rise, but mine remains steady, flowing deeper than your anxious thoughts, reaching the very core of your being. I see the burdens you are carrying now. Financial worries, health concerns, relationships that weigh heavy on your heart, responsibilities that seem unending. And I tell you, lay them down at my feet. You were not created to bear them alone. When you place them into my care, you will not be left empty-handed. I will give you strength for today and peace to guard your heart like a shield. Hear the gentle sound of my voice speaking to your anxious spirit. Peace, be still. Let my words settle upon you as the dew settles on the morning grass. My presence surrounds you, my spirit comforts you, and my love upholds you. Rest in me, and you will find the strength you long for. The world tells you to worry, but I tell you to rest. The world tells you to strive, but I tell you to trust. The world tells you to fear, but I whisper, do not be afraid, for I am with you always. Think of me as your strong refuge, a rock unshaken by storms, a shelter where you can hide and be safe and be. Even when responsibilities remain, even when challenges stand before you, my peace guards you like walls of light around your heart and mind. You are never abandoned. You are never forgotten. Remember my promise, my dear children. You will keep in perfect peace the one whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. Trust in me, lean into my love, and I will steady your steps. Do not allow anxiety to rob you of today's joy. Life is not meant to be lived always reaching forward with trembling hands. I give you the gift of this very moment, filled with my presence, saturated with my grace. Take a breath, release your fears into my care, and let the stillness of my peace fill you completely. I am your Father, and I will not fail you. I am your shepherd, and I will lead you to quiet waters. I am your Savior, and I have already overcome the world. Therefore, rest, my dear children, for you are held in hands that will never let go. My dear children, I know the patterns of your heart more deeply than you do yourself. I see how often your thoughts return to the same worries, circling like restless birds that never find a place to land. But I am calling you to release those circling thoughts into my sky, to let them go, and to rest in the certainty that I am your refuge. You do not need to hold on so tightly, for I am holding you far more securely than you could ever hold yourself. The peace I give is not fragile, my beloved ones. It does not shatter when life becomes overwhelming. It is not like the peace of the world, which depends on circumstances lining up neatly or problems being solved quickly. No, the peace I give comes from the depth of who I am, unchanging, eternal, and faithful. It flows like a river that has its source in my throne of grace, and nothing in heaven or on earth can cut it off from you. Think of a calm lake at dawn, my dear children. The night before, storms raged and winds howled across the waters. Yet now, in the quiet of morning, the lake is perfectly still, reflecting the rising sun. That stillness is not found because there were no storms, but because the storm has been silenced. In the same way, my peace does not mean you will never face storms in this life, but it means that within you, the storm can be silenced. I speak to the wind and the waves in your soul, and I say, peace, be still. When you pray to me, when you come with your anxieties and fears, you are not speaking into the empty air. Every word is heard, every whisper is treasured, every tear is noticed. I am near, closer than you know, and my ears are attentive to your cry. Do not think you are too small or too insignificant to reach me. Even before the words leave your lips, I know them. Yet I delight in your prayers, because when you bring your worries to me, you are drawing near to your Father, and I can cover you with my love. I long for you to know the freedom that comes from surrender. Anxiety is a weight that drains your strength, but surrender to me is not weakness. It is release. It is trust. It is the recognition that you are not alone in this vast and overwhelming world. When you entrust your life to me, you are placing it into the hands of the one who holds the stars, who commands the seas, and who numbers every hair upon your head. Let my word be a lamp for you in this journey. Remember what I have spoken. Cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you. This is not just a call, but a promise. I care for you, deeply, personally, endlessly. There is no care too heavy for me, no anxiety too complex, no fear too great. When you release them into my care, you will find yourself lighter, freer, more at rest. Do not imagine that peace is only for others, for the strong or the spiritual giants. Peace is my gift to all my children, including you, my dear ones who feel weak and weary. If you come to me just as you are, with your trembling heart and racing thoughts, I will meet you there. My peace is not earned, it is received. It is not achieved by your efforts, it is poured out by my Spirit. I want you to notice the small ways I am already surrounding you with my peace. The quiet morning light that falls through your window, the birds that sing their songs, even when storms have passed, the gentle rhythm of your own breathing. All these are reminders of my presence with you. Even in the midst of responsibilities and pressures, I am giving you moments to pause, to breathe, to remember that you are held by me. My dear children, you do not need to see the full map of your future. You only need to walk with me step by step. Tomorrow's burdens will be met with tomorrow's grace. Today, I am with you. Right now, I am your strength and your peace. Do not reach into tomorrow with anxious hands, for I am already there. Instead, remain here with me in this moment and let me steady your heart. Think of the disciples on the sea when the storm arose. They feared for their lives, but I was with them in the boat. They cried out, and I rose to speak to the wind and the waves, and all was calm. My children, I am still the same. Whatever storm rages around you, I am in your boat. You are not alone in the waves. My voice still carries authority. And when I say, "Peace, be still," creation obeys. If the wind and the sea obey me, will not your anxious thoughts also quiet when I speak peace over you? Stay near to me, and let my words wash over you like living water. Let my presence be your resting place, a safe harbor where your heart can anchor. You may feel pressed, but you are not crushed. You may feel burdened, but you are never abandoned. I am your Father, and my love for you is stronger than the weight of your fears. Do not be ashamed of your anxiety, my dear children. Do not think you are failing because worry visits your heart. Instead, bring it into the light of my presence. I do not condemn you for your struggles. I comfort you in them. I do not turn away when you are weak. I draw nearer. For my strength is made perfect in weakness, and my peace shines brightest in the dark valleys. Lift up your head, beloved. The storm will not last forever. My peace will outlast the night, and my joy will greet you in the morning. Rest in this truth. You are mine, and I will never let you go. My dear children, come closer and listen as I continue to speak into the quiet places of your heart. I am not finished with you yet. There are depths of my love and layers of my peace I still want to pour into you. Even now, as you hear these words, imagine that calm lake at dawn once more. The mist rises gently from the water, and each breath you take is met with the cool, steady air that carries my presence. The night's turbulence has left its marks, but the surface is smooth, the sky is clear, and the reflection is true. So it is with your soul when you let me in. The reflection of my grace will still the unrest within you. You have thought you needed to know everything, to hold every thread of your life in careful hands, but I tell you now that you do not have to. I made you to depend on me, not as a failing, but as a sacred design. When you surrender your anxious striving to me, you discover a freedom you have not tasted before. There is a gentleness in surrender, not the harshness of defeat, but the soft yielding of trust. Yield to me, my children, not because I demand it, but because I delight to carry you. I will carry what you cannot carry. I will steady what trembles. I will light the path when the way ahead is dim. Let my words live in you. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to me, and my peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. These are not mere syllables to be spoken and forgotten. They are a promise anchored in my faithfulness. When you practice the discipline of bringing every worry to me, thanksgiving softens your spirit and creates an opening for my peace to enter. Gratitude is the key that unlocks a guarded heart. It does not deny the difficulty you face, but recognizes my goodness within it. There are seasons in which anxiety feels like a constant companion, and I know every step of those lonely nights. Do not be surprised when your thoughts run ahead. Your mind was made to imagine, but left untethered, it can race into places of fear. In those moments, breathe my name. Let the rhythm of your breathing become a prayer. Inhale my presence. Exhale your fear. As you do this, picture me sitting beside you at the edge of that lake. I take your trembling hands in mine and look into your eyes with compassion. Nothing you carry is too heavy for my hands. I will meet you in the practical places too. I am not only with you in spiritual solace, but in the small daily matters, the bills that loom at month's end, the decisions that feel fraught with consequence, the relationships that fray at the edges. Bring these things to me in simple, honest prayer. Tell me the specifics, name the people and the places and the deadlines. Do not hide the messy details. I am not put off by your weakness or your humiliation. I am moved by the raw honesty of your heart. When you speak plainly, I respond faithfully. I will give you wisdom for the next step and courage for the calling I have placed on your life. There will be days when peace seems distant, when the old fears rise again like waves breaking against the shore. In those days, remember another promise I have spoken. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I strengthen you, I help you, I uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let these words be a fortress in your mind. When doubt whispers that you are alone, stand upon this truth and let it steady you. My presence is not contingent on your performance. I am with you because I am for you. Practice the small habits of resting in me. Find a quiet corner of your day to sit in my presence. Let your hands be still. Let your mind be still. I do not require grand spiritual experiences. I ask for the simple acts of trust that become the soil for peace. Read my word slowly and allow it to speak life into your weary places. Speak back to me with the honesty of a child. Let worship rise not from polished words, but from genuine heart exhalations of praise. These ordinary practices are the pathways through which my extraordinary peace flows. When the future looks uncertain, imagine your life like a journey across a lake. You may not see every curve of the horizon, and sometimes fog will obscure the path. But I am the steady current beneath your feet, guiding you forward. You do not steer alone. I am with you in the oar strokes and in the quiet drift. Trust the direction I set. Trust that I am working for your good even when you cannot understand the present. I make all things work together for those who love me, and that includes the tangled fears you now carry. Do not neglect the community I have given you. I place people around you, friends, family, fellow travelers, who can bear witness to my gentleness and offer practical support. Let them enter your struggle. There is deep healing in shared burdens. When you open your hands and let others help, you allow my body to function as I intended. I am not a solitary God, calling solitary people into solitary faith. I am a God of relationship who builds bridges between hearts. Let my people be a channel of my peace to you. Forgiveness is another doorway to peace. If anxiety has its roots in guilt, come to me and receive my forgiveness. I wash you clean. I do not hold your past failures like stones to throw at you. I take them and cast them into the depths of my mercy. When you accept my pardon, your heart unburdens and space opens for peace to dwell. If others have wounded you, bring that pain to me too. I am a father who understands wounds and knows how to heal them. Release the desire for perfect explanations and let my healing begin. My dear children, hold fast to hope. Hope is not wishful thinking, but the assurance of my promises. It is the confident expectation that I am faithful to finish the good work I have started in you. Anchor your hope in me, and watch as anxiety loses its power to dictate your days. Hope sharpens your vision so that you begin to see my hand at work, even in small mercies. It paints the dawn across your heart when the night feels interminable. Finally, remember this. Peace is not the absence of trials, but the presence of me in the midst of them. I am the peace that stands guard at the gate of your soul. I will not abandon you in the tempest. I will walk with you through every shadow and onto the shores of calm. Rest now in this truth, my dear children. Let the quiet settle into your bones. Let my peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard your heart and mind. Draw near to me, breathe in my love, and know that you are cherished beyond measure. My dear children, stay with me a little longer. Let my words continue to wash over you like the gentle light of morning that slowly warms the face of the earth. I will not hurry this season of your heart. I will speak with patience, because you were made to drink deeply of my voice, not to skim the surface and rush away. Rest in my cadence. Receive each sentence as a hand upon your shoulder, steadying you, guiding you, reminding you that you are not alone. There are moments when the mind, in its earnest attempt to protect you, rehearses every possible sorrow and every imagined failure. That rehearsing becomes a storm rehearsal, repeated until you are exhausted. When you find yourself in that place, pause and tell me plainly what you fear. Say the name of the worry. Name the cruel thought. Bring it into the light by speaking it aloud to me. I can bear the truth of it, and when you bring it before me, the weight begins to lift. I am not startled by your honesty. On the contrary, I prize it. Truth spoken into my presence becomes soil for my peace to take root and grow. Consider the way I tend the earth. I scatter seeds into dark soil, and though the seed cannot see the sun, it trusts the process from within. So I tend you in ways you often cannot see. Your present anxiety may feel like a darkness that never lifts, but within that very soil, I am sowing life. There are unseen movements of my grace taking place beneath the surface. Trust that a harvest will come in my appointed time, for I have made you to flourish, and I will not abandon the work I have begun in you. You may sometimes think you must be the one to control every outcome because doing so will spare you pain. Yet the very striving you mount in order to avoid suffering often becomes the source of more suffering. Let my hands do what your hands cannot. Surrender is not laziness. Surrender is holy labor that acknowledges my sovereignty and frees you to live with dignity and peace. When you hand me the reins, you are not stepping back from responsibility, but stepping into a deeper partnership with me. Walk with me. Do not carry alone. When fear whispers that you are small or incapable, hear my rebuttal. I have made you in my image, and nothing about you is accidental. Your gifts, your frailties, your questions, and your longings all belong to the tapestry I am weaving. You are essential to my story. Even the fragile places of your heart are places where my compassion can pour through. I am not distant from your weakness. I am intimate with it. Come, bring me your doubt, your trembling, your sleepless nights. I will meet you there with steadying hands and a balm that soothes the deepest ache. There is also great healing in remembering where your identity truly lies. If you have tied your worth to outcomes, to approval, to accomplishments, come back to me, and I will teach you to rest in my unchanging love. You are beloved simply because you are mine. I do not tally your worth by the success you achieve or the applause you garner. I count you precious, and I delight in you. Let that simple fact rearrange your priorities. When your identity is secured in me, anxiety loses the ability to drive your choices and rob your joy. I want to give you practical anchors when the tides of worry rise. Choose a verse to carry with you through the day, not as a talisman, but as a conscious reminder that I am with you. Repeat it quietly as you walk, as you wash the dishes, as you fold laundry or drive the familiar roads. Let my word become the rhythm that steadies your breath. Another practice is to keep a brief journal of moments where my peace touched you. In the beginning it may seem small, but soon you will see a trail of my faithfulness. These small practices do not replace deep spiritual work, but they become the daily channels through which my presence is strengthened in your life. My dear children, the world will offer many masks for peace: distraction, busyness, self-reliance, numbness. Beware of these substitutes. They promise rest, but deliver only more exhaustion. True peace comes from me, and from aligning your heart with me. That alignment looks like choosing truth over fear, gratitude over worry, presence over endless planning. It looks like coming to me with childlike trust and allowing my Spirit to reorder your priorities. If your anxiety has an origin story in pain or trauma, be tender with yourself. Healing often comes gradually. I do not rush you through a season I am using to refine you, but I also do not leave you to bear it alone. I will steady you, bring people into your life who can help, and provide the means of healing through community, counsel, prayer, and sometimes through professional care. Accept help. Receiving kindness and wise guidance is not a sign of spiritual failure. It is a doorway to restoration. Let others hold some of your burden, so my body can do what it was made to do. Cultivate a posture of thanksgiving, even when your circumstances are not yet changed. Gratitude rearranges the heart. It does not ignore suffering, but recognizes my presence within it. When you give thanks for small mercies, a warm cup of tea, a kind word, a sunset, you open the windows of your soul so my peace can flow more freely. Gratitude does not solve all problems, but it reshapes your perception so that you can see me working in ways you might otherwise miss. I also call you to remember the eternal context in which your days unfold. The anxieties that loom large today will be small in the light of my kingdom. I am weaving an eternal tapestry where every sorrow will be transformed. Hold fast to the hope of that promise. Let eternity inform your perspective so that daily anxieties lose their iron grip. Living with an eternal viewpoint does not make you careless about the present, but it does free you from being consumed by it. And when you stumble, as you sometimes will, receive my grace anew. I do not scold you for being human. I welcome you back each time, with arms open, ready to restore you and to speak peace into your heart. My patience is wider than your failures, and my mercy runs deeper than your deepest regret. Rest in the certainty that my love will pursue you, find you, and hold you. Finally, my dear children, breathe with me now. Inhale slowly, smiling in the knowledge that you are held. Exhale the anxieties you have been clutching so tightly. Feel the surface of your soul grow still like that lake at dawn. Let my peace settle into the crevices of your life. Live each day as a person who has been given a gift more precious than wealth or triumph. Walk forward with steady steps, knowing that my peace guards your heart and mind. I am with you always in every storm and in the calm that follows. Trust me, rest in me, and be at peace. My dear children, linger with me just a little longer. Do not rush away from this moment, for I have more to pour into your heart before you return to the rhythm of your day. You have walked with me through reminders of peace, through the imagery of calm waters and the promise of my presence. Now let me seal these truths upon you with my blessing, so that you carry them not only in your thoughts, but in the very marrow of your being. You have listened as I spoke of storms quieting into stillness and of lakes reflecting the dawn. Let that picture remain with you, for it is more than imagery. It is the reality of what I desire to bring into your spirit. Just as the first light of morning stretches across the horizon and scatters the shadows of night, so my light rises within you, scattering the fears that once claimed dominion. My peace is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is a steady flame that no wind of this world can snuff out. My dear children, when you walk back into the world after this sacred time, I want you to carry my presence like a mantle over your shoulders. Let the peace you have received flow into your words, your actions, and even the way you breathe. Let others see in you the reflection of the calm that only I can give, and know that I am near. Come close and hear my promise once more. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. These words are not fading echoes from long ago. They are alive, spoken to you in this very moment. Hold them as you would hold a precious treasure. Guard them, return to them, whisper them in the night when anxious thoughts rise again. Even now, I stretch my hands over you to bless you. I cover your mind with calm so that racing thoughts are slowed, and I cover your heart with gentleness so that it beats in rhythm with my spirit. I breathe peace into your body, into the very tension you have carried in your shoulders, your chest, your weary frame. I am the God who blesses not from a distance, but up close, in the tender places, in the wounds you do not show others. Do not doubt the permanence of this gift. Yes, anxieties will attempt to return. Yes, the world will still demand and pull at you. But my dear children, remember the promise of my word. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you, because they trust in you. This is the posture I invite you to carry. Fix your thoughts on me, even in small ways throughout your day. Whisper my name when fear rises. Offer a word of thanks when you glimpse beauty. In these simple acts, you open the windows of your soul to let my peace flow in again and again. My children, I long for you to live not as those who are tossed by every storm, but as those who are anchored in my love. Your anchor is secure, fixed not in shifting sand, but in the unshakable foundation of my grace. When the waves rise, you will not be swept away. When the winds howl, you will not be uprooted. You are planted in me, and I will see to it that you endure. Now, imagine me as a father, drawing you close at the end of a long day. You come with tired eyes, burdened shoulders, restless thoughts. I open my arms, and you rest against my chest. Feel the steady rhythm of my heartbeat. Let it remind you that you are safe. Feel my embrace wrapping around you, stronger than fear, stronger than doubt. This is where you belong, held, known, and loved beyond measure. Do not walk away from this moment believing you must recreate it by your own strength. The peace you feel now is not the product of your effort, but the overflow of my spirit. Carry it with humility, not striving. And when you falter, return quickly to me. I am always near, always ready to renew your heart. My dear children, I bless your coming and your going. I bless your rest and your labor. I bless your thoughts and your words, your rising and your lying down. May you walk into the days ahead as carriers of peace, as bearers of light, as reflections of my steadfast love. Remember that I am not only in the stillness of a quiet chapel or in the beauty of dawn. I am in the grocery store aisles, in the car rides, in the crowded rooms where voices rise and duties pile high. Wherever you go, I go with you. My presence is not confined to sacred spaces. It transforms the ordinary into holy ground. Carry this awareness, and you will see anxiety lose its grip. For when you know you are never alone, fear has no room to flourish. I walk beside you, I go before you, and I remain behind you as your rear guard. You are hemmed in by my love on every side. Now, let your spirit lift. Let hope rise like a bird taking flight at dawn. Let joy trickle back into the corners of your heart where sorrow once lingered. Let gratitude spread like sunlight across the fields of your soul. You are mine, and I am yours, and nothing can sever this bond. I send you now with my blessing, my dear children. Walk with confidence, not because every detail is known to you, but because every detail is known to me. Rest with assurance, not because you are free from responsibility, but because I am your sustaining strength. Live with courage, not because the future is simple, but because I hold the future securely in my hands. And as you go, let this message of peace not remain only with you. Share it, my children. Let others taste the same comfort that has touched your heart today. You can do this in simple ways, by sharing words of encouragement, by sending this message onward, by inviting others to listen and find rest in my voice. Even as you engage with this video, know that your small act of liking, commenting, or subscribing is not merely a click, but a way of spreading my light further into the world. Do it not out of obligation, but out of love, knowing that by sharing, you are helping another weary soul find the same peace you have found here. Go now, my beloved, with my blessing upon you. Walk in the assurance that my peace will guard you. Rest in the confidence that my love will never let you go. And remember always, you are my dear children, and I delight in you. Be still and know that I am God now and forevermore.